people report back to us on a regular basis with things that offers and promotions.
Yeah,
and
it's the connections that you make with the other people that lead to something down the road. I mean, I remember, I don't know if I ever told you this, Julie. So whenever Martino Muller was the mayor in Belfast, did I tell you this story?
No, you didn't, no.
No. So when he was the mayor in Belfast, I messaged him one night and said, because he was really using Twitter a lot when he was the mayor, I sent him a message, because Social Bee started in 2013. I sent him a message and I said, we should have a local networking hour called Belfast Hour on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, and then Edwards & Co started it the next year.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't know Martino Muller. There wasn't.
Well, I know there's no connection with him at all. But it was something I had thought about at the time and realised that it would be far too big for one person to take on. I did start Antrimar.
Yes, I remember that, Louise. I do remember that, yeah.
As an individual doing it, it's really hard because you have to commit to being there every week. And interestingly, I found the same people turned up every week. And it was great and everything, but never turned into any business for me. And I think there comes a point in your business when you have to look at what you're doing and say, is this bringing revenue into my business? And when it's not, then you draw a line under it. So whereas a firm with lots of people in it, it's a slightly different story. Obviously,
I know.
You have the ability to do things like that.
It is. I mean, absolutely. Of course, it would be such a huge undertaking to commit to something every week, particularly Louise, you're running your own business and, when you have children and it's everything's just a full-time job. And like you say, if it's not necessarily helping you with your business, well then, how you as one person could do that. And I suppose, yes, we're in a very fortunate position that we are a firm of there's in around 30 people working in the office here. And
I didn't realise this was as big as that.
I know it's a bit of a rabbit's warren. You come in through the door and there's just so many offices. But absolutely. And we have Sean Kelly, is just a dynamo when it comes to Belfast Hour in turn and the work that he does. And he keeps us all on the straight and narrow with the hashtag every week and which business is going to be promoted. And any business that's wanting to get promoted gets in touch with Sean and he sort of has the waiting list there.
Yes. I connected with Sean then. You see, whenever I wanted to set up Antrimar, he was very lovely, and him and I had a coffee and he talked me through how it all worked. And so he was a great help to me when I set up Antrimar. I think I ran it for about 2 years and then just decided that was enough for that. But that's the thing, I suppose, in social media you have things that work and things that don't work. And when I'm talking to clients and customers, it's like, if you try something, like not everybody can have Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook for their business.
No.
But if you try something for a good length of time and see if it works for your business, then you continue. If not, then you don't. But in terms of your own use of social media, Julie, and how it relates to your work, so you've got the whole Twitter thing with Belfast Hour, but yes. I know that you are a blog writer.
I am indeed.
And it's so refreshing. And in fact, I should be using you as an example in my workshops, because every workshop I have, I tell people they need to start writing blogs and they look at me in complete horror.
I feel they're hard. No, I suppose if I'm honest, blogging wasn't something that I was particularly used to. And when I started the Edison company, everybody, the fee earners throughout the office here, all of the lawyers will do blogs in respect of the services that they provide, their area of law, trying to keep up to date with current affairs, any sort of high profile media reporting on that. And so I dipped my toe in it and started to do it. And then I found actually it was a fantastic way for me to keep up with not just those high profile cases, but any new law that was coming along. But I mean, if I'm brutally honest, Louise, it can be really challenging to keep up with it, keep up with the blog when I have a full caseload of clients that, at the end of the day, I am a lawyer and I have to be there for my clients doing their case. Yes. But it's the ever, but like with any business, it's about how much time do you spend on doing those things that help promote yourself, and it's about understanding. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I have to do that. And I suppose it's about I had to really shift my focus when I came to Edwards Company in terms of actually they say that 20% of my week that I spend on promoting myself and writing my blog and being on social media is as important as that 80% that I do of paid work that I do for my clients. So the blog really...
Julie, do you think that is common across law firms in both Northern Ireland and the UK? Or do you think that is a slightly different approach that Edwards & Co takes?
I think, with the example of Belfast Star, we certainly take a different approach. I'm not sure that there's any other law firm doing that. Yes, I mean, I think in terms of the initiatives that we've created over the years and the different things that Edwards & Company do, we certainly take initiative when it comes to things like this.
Yes.
And it was really only when I came to Edwards & Company that I had that education of, we're a business, we are certainly a law firm. We care about providing a very high quality service to our clients and a professional service to our clients. But it is a business at the end of the day, and we have to bring clients in and all fee earners across the board, not just partners, but everybody understands we are a team. We work together as a team, and the work that we do promotes each other. Yeah. And the high class work that I do, somebody will come back and say, well, I have this different law query. I was really happy with what you did, but I know you don't do that. Who else in your firm does do that? So it's important about, it's certainly important, and we as a firm know that it's important, and we, and so that's again why, but that's not anything to do with me. That has been going on a long time since before I came in, and like I said, everybody was doing their blogs, and so I jumped on the bandwagon as well. And I can't profess to say that I do it on a weekly basis. I know it's something that Carla and I, Carla, who's the other solicitor in the department with me, really try and do as a department, and try and take our turns in doing it and try and support the other. If something comes up that I think it's interesting for Carla, but maybe she isn't going to get the chance to blog about it that week, I'll do it for her, and vice versa. So I
think that so when I did training recently at the Law Society here in Belfast, and I had about 16 solicitors of varying levels in the room. From, I think there were some, were there partners? I'm not really sure. There possibly was, as well as normal level. I don't know what you call them in law. And I said, if you write a blog, then you can share it across your social media and raise your profile. But I just don't think a lot of other people are doing it.
Well, that's interesting for you to say, Louise. I suppose if I did put my mind to it, I'm not sure that an awful lot of people are, but then maybe I'm not tuned into that side of it either. But that's interesting.
It puts you above or ahead, I think. It makes you more, the thing is, when people go to Google and they Google something, the person who's writing the blog and writing the content, their website's going to come up first in the search results.
Yes, and that's an education in itself in terms of keeping your content up to date on your website and making sure that you're blogging all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it is just, but for professionals, maybe not just solicitors, but professionals in general, it's about changing their mindset, and it's about, and I'm not saying that my mindset is entirely changed. Not that it's not changed, but it's just sometimes it's very difficult to pull yourself away from a client meeting or maybe a court appearance or a consultation with a barrister to actually know I'm going to spend the next hour on doing this blog. I mean, to my own detriment, I didn't get to blog about Mr. and Mrs. Amazon, which was all over the news last week. I didn't, and there's been new divorce reform this week in relation to Mr. and Mrs.
Amazon are.
Oh, so Jeff, the guy who
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Sorry. Him and his wife have I was just calling them Mr.
Yes, I understand.
To be polite. So they're divorce settlement was hot news there.
Yes. Although I have to say that was very PR handled, I think. But anyway, that's just my impression.
Well, most of them are, but it was very refreshing to see it's something of such, a divorce settlement of such wealth being done and dusted in such a short period of time, but that's another podcast for another day.
That is possibly,
but again, and this week in itself, huge divorce reform in England and Wales in relation to, divorce grounds and no fault grounds. And just by the by, unfortunately, it's not going to be made available in Northern Ireland at the minute. But I will and fully intend on doing a blog on that tonight. But, it was there and relevant in the last couple of days, but my mind had to be focused. I had a very long hearing yesterday, and my mind had to be focused on that. So it's difficult to put your mind to it when you know in the back of your mind I should be doing that. But so it's a constant struggle for me personally. But
I think though, Julie, for people listening, they'll be nodding their heads because I know if I write a blog every week, that it raises my profile and it gives me more content, but I don't have time to do it either. I've got, like you, even though I'm my own business, but I have clients, I have webinars to do. It's almost like doing those pieces of work that will push your business forward, but you have to pull yourself out of your business in order to do them.
Yeah, you do. So
it's hard. You have to be strict with yourself, which leads us on to the social media boot camp, because I'm saying to everybody, get yourself out of your business for a day. Come on your business. And Julie, you will be appearing.
I know.
At this event. So, I'm really excited about this.
Yes, I am, sir. I really am. All joking aside, I'm really excited about it. Really excited about just everybody coming together and having a discussion and just talking about using social media and helping it raise your profile. It'll be fantastic, Louise. Really excited. It's such a great initiative.
And we have a really interesting panel.
I know, yeah. You do, yes.
Yes, we do. So we have your good self. We have an artist. We have, this is Jenny Robinson. We have a millennial coming. Are you a millennial, Julie?
Do you know, I've often heard...
If you're born before 1980, you're not.
If I'm born before 1980, I'm not a millennial. Oh, dare I say I'm a millennial, Louise?
Oh my Lord, we're two millennials on the platform.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm Gen X. I'm Gen X because I was born in 1974.
Right, okay.
Gen X is like 65 to 79.
Okay.
And after that, so millennials.
And millennials. That's fantastic.
So you millennials will be demanding your, like, I don't know, honey and lemon and avocados and...
Absolutely.
Who knows what else? Oh my gosh. And I actually think that Jenny, our artist, she's probably a millennial as well. Maybe I have too many millennials.
Too many. Well, I'm not too far off Generation X or Gen X. But I'm not going to give away what my age is either.
No, don't.
So we're just going to leave it at that.
No, you don't have to. People will look at your picture and go, oh, she's definitely a millennial. Julie, before we wrap up, tell us a little bit about what other social media do you use LinkedIn?
Oh, I do. I do indeed. Yeah.
And how do you find it?
I really have to say, Louise, and in fairness, it's thanks to you. I really enjoy LinkedIn from a work professional point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it again, not to go back over what we talked about the blogs, but I do use it to promote my blogs, to share my blogs, or share other people's blogs. You know, if I see something interesting, I'll put it on. I saw something really funny recently about a pet nuptial agreement where if separating couples can't agree about how to separate their pets, then or how to divide up the time with that. So I would I use that and try and create a discussion with other people, which that one in particular did. But what I actually also use LinkedIn for, Louise, and I don't know that I've ever discussed this with you, is I almost use it as a crutch for my networking. So out and about at various events, there's so many events that we can go to these days. And look, you know, at the end of the day, nobody likes walking up to a random stranger going, hello, who are you? Here's my business card. Can I have your business card? And I still find it tough, even though I could chat the hind leg of anyone, but I still find it very difficult to just introduce myself. But if I happen to get into